All right, so yeah, Jackbox has revealed their newest game for Party Pack 11, that being the trivia game, and I am very excited by this trivia game. It is a co-op versus NPCs, I believe, trivia game. That's the vibe I got initially. We've also got some Doominate in here, so we'll check that out as well. I haven't really looked at that, but yeah, so it's called Legends of Trivia. You're looking for a fantasy trivia game with RPG inspired elements. Oh boy, do I have some good news for you. And honestly, yo, that sounds awesome. I hope it's like, man, I don't know, the options, the abilities, I am very interested in. Hopefully there's like a lot of cool stuff that you can like replay a lot, because yeah, it sounds really fun. Like I can get y'all together, we can get a squad going, we can do a trivia dungeon crawl. Like, how sick is that? So it says in Legends of Trivia, players work cooperatively to correctly answer trivia questions to defeat monsters and villains. But be careful, any wrong move and the monsters will hit back. With a fun cast of characters, you can strategize with different character classes in hopes of getting to the end and becoming legendary. Honestly, sounds so cool. So like, you got to get trivia right. Every time you get something wrong, you take damage. But there's different classes, and those different classes bring stuff to the table. Also, 1 to 6 players is awesome. I was not expecting a game of this size. I was sort of expecting more along the line of like a 3 or 4 player game. So 6 players in the party is amazing. How long does one game take? On average 20 minutes for a short session, but keep going and it could be quite a bit longer. Yo, we can go deep. I wonder if you get gear. I wonder if you get like level ups. I wonder if there's like roguelike random elements. Very exciting. Will Legends of Trivia work with a mega picker? Absolutely. And then, yeah, be the first here to know. But 1 to 6 players and cooperative, very, very sick. Let's watch this video here. It is, I don't think it has anything gameplay-wise. But all right, hold on. So, what do we got? So we got like this is like a warrior, I'm guessing. We got a warrior here, which is cool. You know, gotta have yourself a warrior. Barbarian, I'm gonna say. Vampire, maybe mage, maybe I have certainly a vampire with a book, so cool class. You got your regular mage here, so maybe that's like a warlock. Maybe that vampire is like warlock style. She looks like a mage. Maybe she's like a priest. You got your archer. You got your, I'm guessing, rogue. This guy's sick though, the freaking clown. We got probably like a Shaco type League of Legends little rogue guy. This dragon, I'm guessing he's got a pole arm. I don't know what class he is, but looks sick. Dwarven dude looks cool. Maybe like an engineer type class. Our boss, the dragon. So yeah, dragon dude definitely has a spear. Vampire dude just sitting there showing off that bite mark. Legends of Trivia. Honestly, looks sick. Your cam covers up the video? The whole video? Or just part of it? Just a small part of it. My cam covers the whole video? When in full screen, it does? What? Weird. All right. Well, let's go to YouTube. I can just watch it here then. Yo, what up, Oat Melt? All right. So let's see. But yeah, you got like a paladin, a knight, a barbarian, warlock, wizard, archer, probably rogue. Freaking cool. Yeah, I mean, looks sick. Definitely need more info. I want to know if it's like, are we getting gear? Are we leveling up? Are we doing roguelike stuff? Now they did have, I saw a interview, so let's check that interview out. They did have an interview on Xbox about this. Very exciting. So learn more about Legends of Trivia coming to Xbox and Party Pack 11. Party Pack 11 is dropping on Xbox this fall. We can't wait to get... So Party Pack 11 is coming out in the fall. Is there gonna be like a simultaneous release? Because Trivia Murder Party 3 is standalone, also says in the fall, right? Isn't that what it said in the video? So are we getting 2 Jackbox games in the fall, or are we going to be getting like a little bit more spread out? It would be nice if we got them a little bit more spread out. That way you didn't have to freaking pay a crap load at the same time. But it's fine. I'm buying them. We're getting them. We're playing them. But it says Jackbox 11 is dropping this fall. We can't wait for everyone to get to see what we've been working on. This is, by the way, I think in Unreal Engine. All the previous Jackbox games were not, but they did have an Unreal Engine job posting, and I do believe that this game and Trivia Murder Party are in Unreal Engine, which means they're able to do more interesting stuff game-wise, so that's cool. We have 5 all-new games in this pack, including a joke writing game, a cozy drawing game, a sound effects game, a social deduction game, and a trivia role-playing game called Legends of Trivia. Legends of Trivia is Jackbox's newest trivia game with a fantasy twist. In this new title coming to Party Pack 11, work cooperatively with your team to defeat monsters and villains by answering trivia questions correctly while trying to avoid the baddies hitting back. Recently spoke to a few of the developers of the game, but look at this screen grab from the game. Okay, so you can see the ogre. He's got life. He's got a 77 above his head. I don't know if that means that's like how much time you have left to answer the question. Maybe that's how much damage you dealt with the previous, but you get multiple choice. So what liquid is not mentioned in the Sabrina Carpenter song Espresso? You have to work together. So I'm interested to see how that goes. Do you all vote on one and then the one with the most votes is picked? Or does everybody vote and then a leader character decides what is right? But I mean, if you look on the side, all the way on the left, you'll see that there's different characters have different amounts of health. So like maybe everybody just answers their own way, and if they get it wrong, they only take damage, whereas the people that got it right do not. Because you'll see like Lindsay, Hector, Farhan and Lewis have all taken some damage, but Warren and Nate are at full life. So interesting. But yo, I love the art style. I love how it's looking. Very, very cool. Okay. So it says, how does Legends of Trivia work, and how does working on it differ from past Jackbox games? So players are given trivia questions, which when answered correctly does damage to the monster. However, incorrect answers allow the monster to attack the players. Players work as a team to face increasingly difficult monsters and rack up as many points as they can in order to be considered quote unquote legendary. Legend of Trivia is definitely one of the bigger games we've made due to the fact that there's a lot of action, animation, and balancing that are necessary to make the game come to life. Yeah, that's sick. I'm hoping it's one of the bigger games they've made in terms of stuff in there too. I love how this is so different than other Jackbox games. Yeah, I think that is we're gonna start seeing more of that from Jackbox, because if they're transitioning over to Unreal Engine and they're hiring specifically Unreal Engine trained folks, we're gonna get like different kinds of games because Unreal Engine is such a powerful engine, which is really cool. So it said, how did the team make decisions about the world this game exists in? Hector says, I actually pitched the first iteration of the game about 5 or 6 years ago. It was my first prototype. I was really happy with how it turned out, and it made it pretty far in the pitching process. People seem to like it. Ultimately, though, we decided to put the idea on ice because there are still a lot of unanswered questions about the design. Then recently, Nate randomly asked me to send him all the notes and designs I had accumulated during that pitch process, and he made a small pitch team that successfully got the green light to make the trivia RPG game that we've been working on now. A lot of years in the making. So you'll see we've got, holy cow, there's a lot of spots. So we've got like obviously something up here, which is sick. We got the swamp area, underwater area, castle area, desert area, spooky area, mountain area, peak knowledge, it says. I wonder if that's like where the dragon's at. We got some tree houses, lava, valleys. Oh man, this game looks like it's gonna have a lot of stuff. Really, really cool. So like you'll see, I guess, if we check out the forest area, do we even see a forest area in here? We don't. So that's probably maybe what's up here. Actually, if you look like up here, you can kind of see these like plants with dots on them, which looks similar, but oh, it must be this one here. This one's got the orange plants. So yeah, that's probably forest up there. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 at least zones that you can decide to go to, which is sick. Who keeps their notes from 5 years ago? I guess if you're in game design, you know, it makes sense. It's probably just saved in like a Google Doc somewhere, you know. But we've got at a minimum 12 zones. I wonder how many questions per zone. If there's like fight boss, or fight mini boss, fight boss. And then like if you get gear, how does that work? All right, so what are some inspirations for the art? 8-bit music in the Final Fantasy franchise. Yo, Sea Turtles Queen, thank you so much for that follow. Welcome. Yo, so we're gonna have art and audio reminiscent of Final Fantasy. That's sick. Let's posture up. Written by Nobuo Uematsu, imprinted on me hard. I am so stoked for a Jackbox Nobuo Uematsu version of music. Like, how sick is that? I forgot on my drive, I don't really use, I have a college paperwork on there from notes from 10 years ago. Yeah, you know what? That's not crazy. Hold on, I'm gonna turn this fan on. I'm kind of warm over here. Oh. But yo, like Jackbox Uematsu music. Oh, so sick. It says the appreciated, what kind of word is that? Analog synths, earworm melodies, and driving bass lines, and that soundtrack define fantasy and RPG music for me. Tried to bring some of that sound to Legends of Trivia, mixed analog with more traditional fantasy genre instance like lute, bodron. I don't even know what that sounds like. Irish whistle, cello, and trombone. The main instrument I actually play. So sick. Yo, I want the music. Jackbox is always like amazing with the music, right? And like Jackbox having Final Fantasy as the inspiration point, especially Uematsu Final Fantasy music as the inspiration point, is super cool. He said, I had a clear idea of how the music should sound in this game, but it was a lot more serious and at times intense than a lot of the other Jackbox games. One challenge has been trying to offset that intensity by bringing humor into the sound design for the game. I've ended up using some classic cartoon sound effects for monsters and characters to make things more funny and Jackboxy. I threw in some jaw harp for that. I mean, pretty cool. A bunch of the pictures are still on there. All right. Whoa, I'm smelling smoke. What is happening? Why am I smelling? I don't know. I'm always worried about just burning something because I'm running a lot of voltage through here. Yo, Max 2K, thanks for the follow. It's probably just the fan though, blowing warm dust at me. So that's sick. Hector said, yeah, I was a Final Fantasy fan like Nate too. More than anything, I'm a student or a graduate of the school of Ken Sugimori, who is the primary visual designer of the Pokemon franchise. Since its beginning, his art was always a huge influence on mine. Character design is something that comes more naturally to me. So we got Final Fantasy inspired music, and we got Pokemon inspired character and enemy design. Yo, so are these different like ideas for this mage character? Or are they must be, right? Or are there like different mage character like skins you can unlock? Do you have a favorite character you've created? I grew to love Azura, the princess mage, a lot because she is a mage, because I worked on a lot of her animations. I really had to get in touch with the magical girl inside my heart. Bingo, the jester rogue. People need to stop being afraid of clowns. So that's cool. Favorite audio moment? I think my favorite audio moment is the sound designers, the ogre boss monster. Hector created this massive ogre riding a tiny donkey. I had so much fun creating the sounds for those animations. I used cartoon-inspired xylophones and squeaky toys for the donkey, which makes for a hilarious contrast. And then finally, what do you hope to inspire players to experience? Based on the art and audio, I hope the players really feel immersed in the game. I want them to feel like the choices they make matter. Interesting. Where the moves they make really hit, or the avatar they chose really fits the character they want to role play for 20 minutes. That's interesting to me. I do wonder, like, the moves they make and the choice of character. Like, do you have skills you can do? Do you have spells for each character? Is there stuff like that, or is it just purely trivia and then you get like the flair of your character when you answer correct or answer incorrect? I wonder. Nate says, I hope the music and sound design inspires a sense of story and nostalgia, and I hope some of the melodies stick with players like those classic RPG melodies did with me. Legends of Trivia, along with 5 other new games, are coming to Jackbox Party Pack 11 this fall on Xbox. Sure. All right, so there we have a little bit more info on Legends of Trivia. Honestly, looks really sick. I'm excited for this game a lot. I can't wait to play it with y'all. Get like a crack team and just like go dungeon crawl. Sounds really fun. But all right, so that's that game, Legends of Trivia. Now we do have another blog which I haven't read yet. Y'all might have. But oh my goodness, we've got Doominate. But yeah, let's check out Doominate. So the second game in Party Pack 11 is called Doominate. So wait, did we actually see the first game in Party Pack 11? Which one would that be? Is that Suspectives? Okay, so yo, LG's coming through with that raid. Hey LG's, welcome. Yeah, we'll check out Suspectives as well, but let's check out Doominate. So introducing the second game in Party Pack 11, Doominate. You've been good, haven't you? That's why you deserve a little treat. You deserve some more information about the second game in Party Pack 11 coming this fall. See the announcement here, we saw. And since you've been so good, we can tell you that this game is called Doominate. Sounds nice, doesn't it? Oh, you don't think a game with the word doom in it sounds nice? You might be onto something. You see, in Doominate, you're gonna take something nice and mess with it. It's a twist on some of our classic joke writing games. Okay, so this is the joke writing game. Because instead of answering a prompt, you're building a narrative and trying to make your friends laugh by spoiling some of their favorite things. So it almost sounds like a little bit Survive the Internet, where like you write something and then somebody takes a spin on it, right? Sounds a little Survive the Internet-y. What was your favorite thing wrecked by a friend? Don't worry. In the final round, you'll have an opportunity to attempt to unwreck something. So it does sort of sound like that one like vibe from oh, hey, no worries, LGs. What's going on? It sounds sort of like that vibe from Survive the Internet, right? But let's check out the video. I haven't watched this yet.
Hey, I'm Jim Reaper. Welcome to Doominate, the game where it feels so good to be so bad. You know what's fun? ruining
I
things.
do love his butt
I ruin
flapping.
things all the time. You're gonna take something nice and add something to ruin it. Write anything you want.
Okay,
that's
so we
nice.
actually do get some gameplay
Oops,
here.
made it worse. Or something like this.
Supportive community.
Yikes.
It
And
is
that's how
kind of
Doominate
like
works. You're gonna ruin 2 things in this first round. One that you choose and one that's been selected for you.
Does kind of feel
Afterwards,
like that,
you'll face
right?
one another skull to skull, and your little friends will vote on who ruined it best. Got it? Cowabunga! I can say that, right?
So it's like Survive the Internet mixed with like the voting of TKO. It feels like sort of. I think that's that's the vibe I'm getting. TKO plus Survive the Internet a little bit, so that's interesting. Okay, Doominate. But we don't have any other information. I don't think we have like a separate blog about that like we do for the Legends of Trivia game. And then let's check out Suspectives. This is, I believe, their social deduction game. So we just revealed the first game from Party Pack 11, Suspectives. Wow, did you hear? The Party Pack 11 is coming to all major consoles later in 2025 with 5 new games. But Jackbox, you ask, what are those 5 games? Great questions, disembodied curious voice. The first we are revealing from the Jackbox Party Pack 11 is called Suspectives. The other 4 games are currently secret. So what is Suspectives? Suspectives is a social deduction game where your own quirky details become evidence in a crime. Each game of Suspectives starts with some quick survey questions where every player answers questions ranging from topics like which boy band do you think is the best and whether or not you can keep a houseplant alive. Spoiler alert, my begonias are thriving. The moment all answers are in, word goes out that gasp, a crime has been committed, with one player being the secret criminal. And the only evidence to work with? Well, the very same answers to those surveys. Grab your fedora and trench coat because you and your fellow detectives need to work together to uncover which person the evidence points to with grueling interrogation sessions and lie detector reveals. And if you're the criminal, try to blend in as a harmless detective by convincing everyone that you actually don't have a favorite Beatle, despite that giant tattoo of Paul poking out beneath your sleeve. So how many players could play Suspectives? This one, 4 to 8, so that's good. We actually didn't get an idea about Doominate. How long does a game of Suspectives take? 10 to 15. And will it work with the Mega Picker? Yeah, of course it will. All right, so let's check out the video for Suspectives here.
So let me get this straight. A bunch of detectives get together and answer some easy, weird, quote-unquote, funny survey questions. Meanwhile, one of them commits a crime, but we don't know who it is. So we study the evidence, the answers to those surveys, stuff like suspect considers themselves a hater, and question each other to see who's a match.
Of course.
And the whole thing's called Suspectives? Well, if having fun's a crime,
This one could be sick.
I guess I'm guilty as charged.
Interesting. Did y'all ever play that like not Jackbox, like robot game going to the sock hop? What was that? Yeah, the room code. What was that game with the robot? Assimilate. It kind of feels like it's got an Assimilate vibe to it, but I don't know. I'm interested to see this one. This one could be a lot of fun, depending on like how quick. It says it's a quick game, 10 to 15 minute games with 8 players. I mean, this one could be cool if it's fast and it's fun. So definitely interested in seeing more of all these games. Did we really not get? We got a player count for both Suspectives and for. Oh no, we do. Okay, 3 to 8 in Doominate, 20 minutes, and okay, so we've got 2 8-player games, and Trivia, Legend of Trivia is up to 6 players. So things are looking good as far as the player counts are concerned. Really cool. But yeah, what do y'all think? How is the Jackbox Party Pack 11 sort of shaping up for you guys? I'm definitely excited. I really like, honestly, all 3 games sound pretty fun so far. We've got what's coming up next? We got like, didn't they have like a drawing game in this one, I think? Did that blog actually say what else was left? I think it did, right? So we've still got, I think, drawing game, 5 other games. I guess they haven't, I thought it said somewhere what they were looking for or what they were looking like, but maybe not. I do love the new Uematsu. Oh, Nobu Uematsu inspired stuff. But yo, all right, looks sick. I can't wait. I'm excited. I hope that Party Pack 11 and Trivia Murder Party 3 don't like drop simultaneously, because then it will be really hard to choose what to play. We'll probably be playing a lot of Trivia Murder Party 3, but I don't know. If they drop simultaneously, we'll probably, you know, we'll dip our toe into this too for sure. But we'll see. I hope not, because I really want to spend a lot of time with each game before Trivia Murder Party 3 just consumes this channel. That's, I mean, we're going to be playing a ton of that, I imagine. But yeah, looks cool. I think I'm very excited. But there it is. That is our look into the 3 games they have revealed for Party Pack 11 that have blog posts. And I gotta say, I can't wait to see more about that trivia, a Legends of Trivia game. That game looks so sick, and woo, can't wait.